We're sitting here in Grant County on the High IZ Ranch, and a lot of the problems that we were seeing up here were a lot of overstocking issues. Overstocking with conifer and overstocking with juniper, which is actually creating a lot of problems with the watershed.
When you have a stand that's overstocked and real thick, it sucks up a lot of the moisture. And another issue, when you have a good heavy snowfall, a lot of that snow doesn't hit the ground. It evaporates out of the trees and never does hit the ground to go into the ground to replenish the water.
Jeff's been kind of a, middleman of sorts in Grant County. He's put his roots in almost every agency out here, including Oregon Department of Forestry, the South Fork Watershed, the Blue Mountain Partnership groups, like all these different NRCS of the Natural Resource Conservation Service. He's had his hands with all of those, and he's trying to reach out to all those agencies to be able to help those landowners out.
We're finding almost all the landowners we talk to, they want to do what's best for the land, and they want advice. They want to know what can they do to make their land the most productive.
Most landowners do not know where to go to get funding.
Jeff Maben was talking to the landowner and wanting to introduce these practices to this property, so he reached out to the South Fork Watershed.
I contacted the Natural Resource Conservation District office, plus the South Fork John Day Watershed Council, and with the two, we applied for grants and got that secured.
Jeff has helped us connect with landowners. He's working with 3 or 4 different ranches across our watershed before we even were talking to the landowners.
This place was high graded back in the 60s, and a lot of the good timber was cut then, and then there was never any restoration work or any forest management work since then on the place. If a fire would have went through this, it would have just killed everything.
We came out on a site visit with Jeff, and he brought us right up the units that we're looking at today and just described, the diversity potential that could be here. So we've got, you've got your mountain mahogany, you've got your bitterbrush, you've got your aspen, and then we looked at how things were getting so overcrowded by the conifer and Jeff's suggestions of where to place the units so that it was the best fuel break for potential wildfires, so where it was the best ecologically for watershed yield, getting the water back in the streams. If we didn't have operators like Jeff, a lot of our work wouldn't be getting done. So the connection that he has with the landowners and the connection he has with all the natural resource agencies around, he's kind of that middleman that brings the landowner to the resources that can help him out.
When we first did this on the NRCS project, we had right at 200 acres. We did 100 acres last season in here, and then this season when we finish up, we'll do another 200 acres. So total, just a little over 300 acres.
Conifer is not supposed to be this densely stocked. It's not allowing the other rainfall or the other vegetation to take off. It's just not the goal we're trying to achieve.
We've got masticators. We've got one on a skid steer and 2 on excavators that we ground a lot of the little stuff with, and putting that back on the ground eventually creates soil. With all your debris on the ground, holds moisture in the ground longer, and your grasses and everything will come back up through it, and actually it helps protect your grasses and your shrubs. We've got some hand fallers also that cut the big juniper, and then we pile with an excavator also.
As a firefighter for Oregon Department of Forestry and a stewardship forester, I am super happy to see that these fuels reduction projects are happening, because you're opening it up to more ponderosa pine growth, and they're adapted to fire, more aspen growth, they're adapted to fire as well.
You can keep your fire on the ground where we've thinned, and it doesn't get in and crown and run. You've created a fuel break.
With this fuels reduction, this juniper reduction here, and leaving the fire-resistant species out here, yes, the cheatgrass will burn, but at least it'll keep it on the ground to where we're not dealing with catastrophic crown fires. Wildlife habitat was a huge part of the benefits of this project. This is now reintroducing a lot more grass for grazing. It's reintroducing mountain mahogany and making the mountain mahogany stands more prevalent. Mountain mahogany is a very important food source for elk out here. This area gets about 4 feet of snow every year, And so mountain mahogany will grow taller than that, which will give the elk just enough reach to be able to eat it. As soon as you thin around them, you get rid of the conifers and you get rid of the juniper around mountain mahogany, they start to thrive.
We're opening up these stands, it's bringing back the vegetation that's crucial for our wildlife. The aspen is a keystone species for wildlife. Mule deer, elk, everything, even down to your small songbirds, they just require that ecological diversity.
Seeing water in Shaw Creek here in late August is nothing but a miracle.
The fact that we have water in late season, late summer like this, I would attribute a lot of that to the work Jeff's done.
The water late in the summer is super beneficial to the wildlife and the cattle. You're introducing more water to the aspen, you're introducing more water to the willows out here. Not only that, but you're also improving an environment where fire will slow down or stop. So having this green up areas in middle of Eastern Oregon because you get a better watershed, that's a prayer come true.
The landowner and the family just love this. He brought his wife up last week and showed her, and she says, "Oh wow, how beautiful."